How should one handle failure? Let's look at how you could handle failure. Failure is nothing but a non-performance against expectation. It's just not any expectation. I believe that it is imaginary expectation that one should be really concerned about. When you expect, you cannot avoid getting disappointed. Expectation and disappointments are two sides of the same coin. When you're disappointed, depression, sorrow, worry, conflicts results from that disappointment. So why is this imaginary expectation existing in the first place? Imaginary expectation is a state of inefficiency. It is developed from greed. It is originating from an undeveloped intellect. It's because we don't understand, we don't realize, we don't know. It's a state of ignorance of what Providence gives us. It's a state of ignorance of what Providence gives you. That is imaginary expectation. So, imaginary expectation is nothing but an extension of unchecked ego. And the unchecked ego develops itself into two things. One is develops itself into aggression and then into possessiveness. What is aggression and possessiveness? It originates from greed. One is it's greed. One is the greed of power. The other one is the greed of wealth. We really don't know who we really are. We don't understand that we are part of nature. The nature is abundant, it's providence, it's totality, it's everywhere, it envelops us, it provides and therefore it is providence. We are nothing but a fraction of the totality. The fraction demands, the totality supplies, and that is the law of the nature. But when you expect, you will interfere with this supply, with this abundant supply that's ready to give you what you need, when you need, where you need, and how much you need. And you interfere with that when you supply. And how do you interfere with that? Automatically, when you expect, you begin to oppress others. You begin to create conflict with other living beings, other human beings, colleagues, friends, relatives, and those who help you. You create conflict. As you create conflict, you develop hatred amongst each other, and their hatredness turns into curse. And when people curse, it develops into illness, accident, suffering. And therefore, I would urge you to avoid imaginary expectation. Failure is nothing but an extension of your imaginary expectation. You must avoid. The first important milestone to achieve in your mindset is to avoid imaginary expectation. So if you have to avoid, if let's say you succeed in avoiding imaginary expectation, what else can you do? So understand, assess yourself, look into yourself, look into the conditions that you have that has been given to you. Look into the circumstances. Look at your age, health, strength, skills, knowledge, abilities, the power, the wealth, and all other influences that are working on this particular situation that has come about in your hands. So when you introspect, when you sit down and analyze why you have this particular situation that you would like to term as failure, you will automatically start to plan better. And as you plan better, you have to have courage. You have to have courage to work hard at it. You should never give up, because your final goal is still not a failure. It's just a setback. It's just an obstacle that you have had. You must have faith that the providence supplies always. It'll eventually bring you the results that you require according to time, quality, and quantity. You must work selflessly. When you work selflessly, when you work towards making other people successful, other life forms successful, it pleases the Almighty Force, because the Almighty Force is the nature. You are part of nature. So it functions with love and compassion. When you work with love and compassion, you automatically succeed naturally. So you spread prosperity and be prosperous always.